You good.
They in
So then
there.
he slapped him and said, "Woo-ha! Got you all in check." We in the building, man. This is what it is down at In Sports Talk, man. You already know what it is. Left-handed in the building, man. At RM Desk, get at me if you catch a vibe. That's my Code D in the building. Yada Bear right there. You already know what it is. The return of Yada Bear, y'all. Let's give it up for Yada
All
Bear. He's
right.
back.
Yeah, yada yada
Since
yada
y'all missed
yada.
Word up,
me.
word
Since
up,
y'all
word up.
missed
Yada
me.
Bear's back in the house. All right. And then we got the homie, the big homie, MC Win Walker in the house live and direct, doing what he
And
do, hanging out with us and making it happen. This is down at In Sports Talk, man. It's 8:15. We're in the building. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man. Facebook, StreamYard, YouTube, all that. A lot of stuff to talk about tonight. It's gonna be heavy on the jokes tonight. You already know. All right. Send all the emails to Windwalker. All right. You already know what it is. Yada, what's goody? What's goody, Yada?
Oh man, I'm out here styling and profiling.
Uh-oh.
Gotta watch out because now NBA players they carry guns everywhere now.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't understand. I thought they
Yep.
played basketball, but now they're playing gangster. Everybody's a thug now, right? Everybody listening to what that drill rap and getting hyped. So everybody got to strap up now. It's crazy out in these streets. Um,
Listen, it's
job out here doing the most,
from coast to coast. You heard?
Oh man,
Listen, literally from coast to coast. Absolutely.
yeah.
Um, John Morant, aka John Wilkes Booth, aka NBA Dumb Boy,
hey,
aka John Wick.
how
Job
about
one
how about Ja how about Ja Rule Morant?
and
Ja
job Rule
Rule
Morant.
Morant. That's a good one. Ja Rule Morant.
But like
Word up. Ja
it's
Warren.
it's so crazy because like when you really think about it,
Mhm.
we've seen this play out in the past. Gilbert Arenas,
Yep.
Yep.
Jabarius Crittenden.
Mexico,
Jason Williams, if you want to go back a little bit further.
Jay Williams,
Absolutely. Yes.
Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo
Carmelo.
Anthony had a whole sit down with David Stern, and David Stern told him, "Hey, we know who you hang with. We know all their names. We know where you live at. We know when you go to sleep. We know what you ate. We know when you went to the bathroom. We
Uh-oh.
know everything." So he told him, "You got to make a decision. You either want to be in the streets or you want to be in the league."
Mm.
Like
Can't do
everybody
both.
knows, the NBA is the feds. They they give you they invest hundreds of millions of dollars into you. You are the product. And then you go out there and you show your tail by holding up a gun on Instagram live in a strip club of all places
Right.
after Steven Adams, who is the quote unquote leader, veteran presence of your team, had a team only meeting about going out and putting yourself in these type of situations while they're on the road. And right after that meeting, he went to that strip club and was showing off the gun.
Yep.
After they lost a game
After they lost in Denver, he went to
in
the
Denver.
strip club
Absolutely.
and showed the gun. Now I'm not no gangster, I'm not no thug, anything like that. But I has always been told that if you want to pull out a gun, you better be ready to use it.
Let that thing go. That's right.
You just
That's
don't
right.
pull it out for fun, for play. Because you play basketball. You can't play gangsters. There's real thugs and gangsters out there that just waiting for a reason to run up on you. So
Right.
and like I have seen him plenty of times on the sidelines, showing doing the
Yeah. Yep.
shooting,
Yep. Yep.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, the shots. Last week there was a story out where he like mugged or like choked a 17-year-old kid and showed the kid a gun. Like, so what are you really out here doing, Ja? And another thing, what is T Morant doing? Because this is not how you raise your son. He went to a private high school. He was on a traveling team for basketball. He wasn't out in these streets how most of these guys who made it to the league had to come up, up in the projects, up in the hood, fighting for survival. This is your only chance to make it out this situation is for you to be the best at a game. Where this guy John Morant, he didn't grow up under those circumstances. So now that you making the money, now you are going backwards. Like they say, you hustling backwards because now you want to act like you from a place where you're not from. And then also in the video, it looked like he was throwing up Crip signs. Like, so are you trying to be a part of that life? Like you don't see how people who are in that life are living? That's not where you want to go. You want to go beyond that. Like, you are a brand. And that's the problem with these young players. You're a brand. You don't see LeBron out here with guns. You didn't see Kobe Bryant out there with guns, stuff like that. You don't see Steph Curry out there with guns. You don't see Kevin Durant out there like that. You don't even see Kyrie Irving doing things like that. And I know Kyrie looking like, all right, yeah, I said something about a group of people, but this guy out here flashing guns and, throwing up signs and
talking all types of greasiness.
Talking all crazy. And this is a bad look for the NBA, which is
right.
a private corporation. And again, same thing I said about Kyrie, you can't do things like that when you are an employee. Everyone want to talk about freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Well, you don't have those freedoms when you are an employee. You can't do that because you're not a boss. You may think in your mind because you got the money, you got the fame that you're a boss, but at the end of the day, you got to answer to someone else in the office in a suit and tie that signs those checks every week. So you are not a boss, you're an employee, and you need to start acting like it. And like I'm so disappointed in him, and I'm disappointed that his father has allowed this behavior to continue because it's been brewing. Like, I've been seeing it ever since last season. Mm-hmm. So when this popped up, was I shocked? Not really. I wasn't shocked really because I've seen this coming with his behaviors. It's just nuts. Should he be suspended? Yes. I think he should be suspended for more than 2 games. Like, they're giving him 2 games suspended. I think he should be set down for the rest of the season. We see you next year, Ja. We see you next year. I think you need to sit down.
You know what? I think you're absolutely right. I think, we're not going to really, spend a lot of time on this, but we're going to talk about it, though. And I think that everybody's opinion is what it is. And when you talk about John Morant, you're not focused on now his spectacular high-flying dunks.
Nope.
His Memphis Grizzlies team that, a few weeks ago were the talk of the league. You're talking about everything else. What do we do, Yada? We talk about the other stuff.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And, now John Morant, we could put him in that group, the other stuff. And, you brought up T Morant. Where does this go? Like, everybody's got an opinion on, who's at fault, who's to blame, who needs to be talked to. Like, for me, I just think, John Morant, if he wouldn't have got, sat down, this kind of behavior still would have been going on. The Memphis Grizzlies got caught between a rock and a hard place. Right? Hold up, Win. I got you. The Memphis Grizzlies got caught between a rock and a hard place because they have their face of their franchise, right? Doing some nonsense, right?
Right.
So how did they approached it and said, well, he's going to be away for 2 games. That's the part that bugged me out. What does that mean?
Away for what?
Away from what? What does that mean?
He
If that had
wasn't
been
fighting
anybody
with
else,
the
that had been
team.
Allen Iverson, he'd been suspended. If that had been Kevin Garnett, he would have been suspended.
Yeah.
And then Kyrie Irving, he would have thrown out the league.
Oh,
So
man.
what is this away for 2 games stuff?
Yeah.
So now it turns into a suspension, okay, indefinite, okay. But now, as you start to peel back the layers of the onion of the story, how did the gun get from Memphis to Denver?
Was it on the team plane? Was it on the team
You know what I'm saying? So now we're dealing with a whole other can of worms.
Yeah. Now the cops are involved now because that's what they're investigating. How did this gun travel from Memphis to Colorado?
It didn't walk there.
It sure didn't.
Now you're dealing with the federales.
Yes.
Did y'all put this on the team plane? Was it in some luggage? We're gonna look.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole Glenn Quagmire now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It is. And then
again,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna finish up and say 2 games is a slap on the pinky.
2 games,
and I think you said, I think when we talked earlier today, Yada, you mentioned about the fact is like, again, why are you just doing 2 games? Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Let him think about it, because it's been all about him the last couple of years in the NBA. It's been all about him, right? And that's a beautiful thing. But notice the fact, what did we talk about last year? We talked about Ja Morant when he was out. What was the Memphis Grizzlies doing? They was killing it without him.
They was killing it without him.
Now the Memphis Grizzlies got a little bit of shine, and now you know what happens. Now you got Dylan Brooks acting like he a tough guy. You got all these guys. All these guys. It's kind of like it just spread throughout the whole squad. Now everybody's looking at Memphis as like the bad guys, being led by Ja Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, because what's crazy is that the Grizzlies, they wasn't doing anything.
Right? Ja Wilkes Booth.
Their biggest star back in the day was Mark Gasol. That was their biggest
Gasol. Right.
Until the draft class, when they was able to draft Ja, and they got a bunch of young, talented players.
Well, I got a question. Wasn't the Grizzlies that team out of Canada before they was the Grizzlies?
Vancouver.
Yes. They moved.
They had Big Country. They had Raheem.
Yes.
Yeah. Abdul-Rahim. Absolutely. And no, we're not Googling nothing over here. This is down in Sports Talk. This is how we give it up. Tuesday nights, 8 to 9. YouTube, Facebook, StreamYard. We ain't Googling nothing over here, man.
Yeah, they definitely move. And then when they moved, that's when the biggest star they had was Mark. Like Mark Gasol was their guy. And there was always a team that was gritty, but always fall short of the playoffs. Then, they always had lottery picks, and then they hit. They hit with Ja. And when Ja came in the league, I said, oh, okay. This guy is fast. He's extremely athletic. He gets to the rack, but again, he don't have a jump shot like that. He don't have a 3-point shot like that. He's extremely athletic, and I have no problem with that. I see Ja like a more athletic AI, who can get to the rack, get the fouls, get to the line. He got a nice handle, but he hasn't really developed that mid-range shot or that 3-point shot. Go ahead, Win.
Yada, you just the light bulb came on.
That's Yada Bear right there. Don't get it twisted.
That's who he's modeling himself after. AI.
Yes.
He gives his body up freely.
Gives it up.
He goes in there. Wait, but let's look at the other side of the fence. The trouble part.
Yeah, there you
David
go.
Stern.
Yep.
AI, your friends that you hanging around. I got people watching you. This and wow.
Yeah.
That's
the parallels are crazy. Absolutely.
The parallels are crazy,
yo.
Yeah. Because when you look at John now, of course, he got the locks, then he wearing the jewelry, then he got the grills, When he's sitting on the sideline, he's always super fresh. Now he's hanging out all the time. Thank God that AI didn't have social media, because that thing would have been crazy.
Wow.
Can you imagine social media being a part of that era when AI first got in? AI, Marbury, all them guys. It would have been crazy. It would have been a lot worse than what we're seeing today. They probably would have banned social media in the NBA off the strength of what they did. It would have been crazy. So now,
so how do you, if you're Adam Silver, and we're going to move on. If you're Adam Silver, what do you do? What do you do if you're Adam Silver? How do you deal with this situation right now?
You sit him down. He's done for this season. I don't want to see you in the playoffs. And guess what else you're doing? You're sitting down in the beginning of next season too.
I hear that.
It's gotta be at least, I have to say, between 40 to 50 games. We taking some of that money, and we're going to keep an eye on you. You're basically going to be on probation in the NBA because, like I said, this is a corporation here, and you are the image.
Yada.
Yeah.
Do you remember when AI was going through that? They sit a person on him that he had to report to and do all this different little stuff with.
Listen,
do the same with John.
Yeah, but and again, what makes it worse? AI wasn't running around with no oops.
No, AI never.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't running around with the wild thing on his hip. He wasn't. His moms might have been His moms might have been sitting there while he was on the bench braiding his hair. You know what I mean?
But he wasn't out in the streets getting pulled. Not in the club with the banger. He wasn't doing nothing like that.
Number one.
And go ahead.
Number one, David Stern is not Adam.
He didn't play that.
Oh, he didn't play that.
David Stern ain't play that. That's right. That's right. David Stern ain't play that.
It's comparing apples to oranges.
That's
what Des said a while ago. If you was Adam Silver, he's a players commissioner.
Yep.
Right. He wants to get along and be buddy with him. That's right.
Stern was Stern. Come on.
Yeah. He was about the product. And that's my problem with Adam Silver. Listen, I give no problem. You want to give the players some power, that's cool. But too much power this is why this is happening, because you give these players too much power. That's why we're having the issue with the load management. That's why we got the issue with players signing a max deal and then the next year say, I don't want to be on this team no more. And now you got Ja and other guys who haven't gotten caught yet, because I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other guys out there that's riding around with the burner, doing wild stuff that they just haven't got caught yet. Ja just happened to have gotten caught by his own dumbness by going live. And what happened to protecting the money? Ja, you're the money. So you should never have the burner on you. That's for your friends who hang with you, that's feeding off of your energy that you out there supporting. They are supposed to protect you at all costs.
That's right.
Again, he's hustling backwards.
That's absolutely. And John Morant is going to, do what he do. Again, for me, in my opinion, is that we've seen too many examples of this prior. You know what I mean? Yeah. So again, there's definitely, precedent. You know what I mean? There's definitely, how this thing goes. So whatever ruling comes down is going to be deserved. I don't think Adam Silver is going to really, smack his head. If he gives Ja Morant 50 games, he's biting off his nose to spite his face, right? So he'll probably sit him down for the rest of the year. The Memphis Grizzlies have been kind of garbage without him this year. It's not been like last year.
Yeah,
because they got a lot of other stuff on their mind. You know what I'm saying? So again, we're gonna get off. We're gonna get off of that because I don't want John Morant to come looking for us. You know how you give it up. You know what I mean? This is down in Sports Talk, man. Tuesday night, we are in the building, live and direct, man. You know what it is, left-handed right here. Y'all the Bears over there. Know what I mean? We got Win Walker in the house, and we got some special guests in the building just flowing through and checking us out, saying hi and all that good stuff. We appreciate you to the fullest. All right, enough of the John Morant. Let's get to a more pleasant topic. You know what I mean? Let's get to a more pleasant topic. And that pleasant topic is Knicks tape, baby. You already know. You already know this. Could I pop my collar one time? Knicks in the building, baby. Could I pop my collar one time? You already know what it is. The Knicks are officially the hottest team in the NBA. I've been waiting for a long time to say that. But I'm not jumping out the window. Don't get it twisted. Shout out to my man Julito McCullum. All right. He got a very, very good Knicks podcast. I'm on there a lot. And those youngsters those youngsters are crazy. They all jumping out the window. I appreciate it. The Knicks beat the Nets, the Heat, and beat the Celtics twice. Julius Randle is impressing me, right? I think that comeback player of the year, that's the Julius Randle I was looking for from a couple years ago. Now he's playing within himself. Even when he got the tech against Boston, he had to get away, and that showed growth and maturity. Even though he bumped the referee and all that.
Yeah, I thought they was going to try to toss him when they did that. I said, "Ooh."
You know what I mean?
Ooh.
But even the announcers got hypnotized by Julius Randle. Well, he was just showing the referee, what happened.
I thought he was going to get
what I'm saying? But I think Emmanuel quickly, for all the talk that the people were talking, well, we're going up to Boston, we're playing them for the second time. We don't have Jalen Brunson. Oh my God, this and that, the third. And you forget about Emmanuel quickly?
Yeah, he showed out. He definitely showed out in that game.
38 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Jason Tatum, can you buy that? Again, my New York Knicks. Their season, but right now I'm not satisfied, Kimmy. You know why? Because I'm looking at 50 right now. If we can win 9 games in a row, beating teams in our division, in our conference, and steamrolling, I still don't believe in Tom Thibodeau. I think it's just the guys are gelling together. This team is working, right? I want 50 wins. That's what I want. And again, it can happen. It should happen. I'm liking what the Knicks are doing right now. All the other guys that talk that nonsense, I'm not even going to mention their names. So this is our show. We're not mentioning their names. They jump on the bandwagon, claiming to be Knicks fans. They're not Knicks fans. They like the Knicks. They like the Knicks when the Knicks are winning. They don't like the Knicks when the Knicks are losing. I don't like the Knicks when the Knicks are losing, right? But again, at the end of the day, they're showing us something. And for me, my bottom line with the Knicks is show it to me in the playoffs.
Speaking of the playoffs,
I'm not with this one and done stuff. Get me to the second round, and then we'll talk about it. What's up, Yada? How you feeling?
I mean, speaking of the playoffs, right now, playoffs start today. Knicks 5 spot, Cleveland 4 spot. How poetic will it be if the Cavs knock the Knicks off and Donovan?
The Cavs ain't gonna knock the Knicks off. How about that?
You said the Cavs not?
No. Nope.
I mean,
we'll talk about that when we get there. I mean, again, the Cavaliers are having a season. They're doing their thing. Everybody's like Donovan Mitchell. He should have been on the Knicks. I didn't want Donovan Mitchell on the Knicks.
Everybody else did.
For me, I'm like, if Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and all those guys, they end up playing the Knicks in the playoffs.
For me, that's a series. That's a good.
That's a definite series. But again, at the end of the day, I'm a Knicks dude, hard body, and the way that the Knicks are rolling right now, I want Game 1 in the playoffs to be on 34th and 7th Street. 34th and 7th. That's why I want Game 1. That's the goal right there.
You gotta keep playing. You gotta keep winning.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all 2 games behind.
That's Yeah, but we could do that. We could do that. You know, if we keep getting contributions from everybody playing within themselves, ain't nobody jumping out the window or trying to play over their heads. That's another thing.
Listen, you sounding like you're jumping out the window.
Who?
I hear you. I see you. I
just believe in my team. I like my team. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I see the excitement. You know, some.
Yeah, we doing our thing right now.
A home playoff series.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. We deserve that. If we're that good, and people like us and stuff like that, then we need to have game one at home court advantage. How about that?
All right. I mean,
you know what I mean? So every game counts. You see what it says? Knicks tape, baby. You know what I mean? All day long. It don't stop.
I think this run that the Knicks is going on is, it's a good run. You know, they're showing who they are. I think this is very showing of how top heavy the East is, especially the Celtics. They're looking a little fragile right now, health wise.
They lost 3 straight.
They lost 3 straight by leading by double digits.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bad look. They're not closing out games. You got Grant Williams at the free throw line with 0.6 seconds left, saying, "I'm going to make both."
Acting like Matt Hasselbeck.
I'm gonna make both, and then he bricks both, and then he
bricked them
in overtime.
Both of them.
So
absolutely, he bricked both of them. That's right.
Their cockiness in the beginning of the season is now catching up to them. I think their coach is now. We got tape on him now. We got tape on the coach, and how it is in the playoffs. Coaching is a big part of the playoffs. And
little Inuit in right here. We're gonna look at Philly and Minnesota. Philly is beating Minnesota in the third, 58-45.
Yeah, well, I mean, as we should.
Yeah,
as we should. All right,
but
I hear you. That's right, as you should.
Yeah, Oklahoma City is beating Golden State. But see what everybody is forgetting about. Yeah, we hearing about the Knicks. We hearing about Philly.
And what's wrong with the Knicks? I didn't see you put the. I didn't see you put the Knicks score. What's the score of the Knicks game?
It's everybody's talking about. Them is the hot topics, right?
Y'all halftime 66-50 halftime.
I wanted Win to say it, but it's all good.
Let's talk about talk about the hottest topic there is.
Let's talk about it.
Who winning without the greatest of all time?
Oh, I was getting to the Lakers.
All right, it's shine time. It's shine time. Let's go. It's shine time. Go ahead, Win.
There's something about me. Hey, who's gonna be the best in the West? When it's all said and done, we already done killed Golden State. We done killed the Clippers. We done killed Portland. We killing everybody. I told you. We don't need LeBron. We're here. Thank you.
You don't need LeBron. You need Oral Roberts. You don't need LeBron.
Listen,
you need Merlin the Magician.
Y'all win tonight. So if the Lakers win tonight, y'all would leapfrog over everybody and be in the 9th spot.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
But the playoffs don't start tomorrow.
That's true. So
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it gives them some more time.
That's a good look, though.
But
it's a good look. It's nice.
Look.
Y'all in the playing game right now. Y'all win tonight. Y'all in the playing game, right?
Hey, and I said
but y'all schedule don't get
crazy
that much easier.
Get this. Pull the schedule up, Win. Pull your schedule up.
Okay, we're gonna pull my schedule.
Yeah, you still ain't seen Phoenix yet. You still ain't seen the Clippers yet.
Nobody scared of Cupcake.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Booker and Cupcake, we not scared of them.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, guess. Oh, the showdown is going to happen March 12th.
I'm looking.
When those New York Knicks go visit the LA Lakers.
Yeah, we got a West Coast trip coming up. Absolutely.
Come on. That's
absolutely. And listen, and win. No disrespect. Rest in peace, Kobe. We gonna bring Chris Childs with us.
Not Chris Childs.
Listen, again, Yada, absolutely. That West Coast trip is gonna be important. You know what I mean? Again, I want to see what we do. And again, like you said, March the 12th is going down. When?
Yeah.
Yeah, March.
Hey, that's
March
a week
12th.
away.
That's
5 days away.
Yeah. I mean, let me get the Lakers schedule. I mean, all right, y'all play the Grizzlies tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Then y'all got Toronto.
Nobody.
Then y'all got the Pelicans.
Nobody.
Rockets.
Nobody.
Mavs.
Nobody.
Magic.
Hey, let's see if they hit. Let's see if they get a double 40 on us. Let's see if they get a double 40 on us. Doubt it. If y'all have been watching, we got some trees in there now. We got some young guns that want to play ball, athletic.
When did they say D'Angelo Russell coming back? When are y'all expecting him back?
He will be back for the playoffs.
Okay.
We'll have him.
He talking.
What they
he
say about
for the playoffs.
What they say about
playoffs? Playoffs? Are you kidding me?
You're talking about playoffs?
Now we could use Jim Mora. The playoffs? Are you kidding me?
No, but I love it. Hey, if we could take, I'm looking at it. If we could take 8 of these games,
look at this.
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
All right. So, but they saying like what LeBron going to get reevaluated in the next 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
So that's beginning of playoffs. Well, play-in.
Play-in. Play-in.
No, we'll be past the play-in. We'll be in the playoffs.
So you're gonna get to the 6.
We get to the 6, 7, or 8.
Well, 6, 7, 8.
You need the 6 spot.
You need the 6
7,
spot
8, 9, and 10 is a play-in. Talk to him, Yada. Talk to him.
Yeah, you need 6. You need to leapfrog to the 6.
We might not do that. We'll be in the play-in game.
Hold on. No, come on now. Come on now.
So
let me correct myself.
We be in real world.
And listen, Yada.
In the real world, we're going to be on that first weekend while everybody else is at home watching us win. Yeah,
we'll be in that first weekend. Let me get to the nitty-gritty. We get to the real world. Right now, Dallas at 7th. Clippers at 8.
Hey.
So, who y'all jumping?
I'm telling you, we're coming to get Dallas. They won't hit a double 40 on us. Tell me.
Y'all, look.
How you say it sound good?
Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds amazing. It sounds amazing, but I see you guys. I see you nice.
Shout out to my man Chuck Skull. I see you.
I see the ninth spot. You know, I can't
yeah,
see.
We got a secret weapon. His name is Schroeder.
Oh man. Oh man. You mean Mr. AKA Fumble the Bag?
Wait a minute. Mr. I'm gonna bet on myself, and I don't need that 90 million.
No, for real.
But
being serious.
Hold on, left. You saw what he did, right?
Yes.
He frog over AD, who's supposed to be Mr. Glass, who's supposed to be the leader.
You know why I don't never say that unibrow? I don't never say his name. Because every time he say his name, the next game he get injured. So we're not for the
Anthony Davis. And you
trying to hurry up before the 12. I understand. He trying to hurry up before the 12. No,
don't say his name 3 times. Don't say
that's right. But listen, when you're right, the Lakers control their destiny, man.
Yes,
you know, And again, the West is a beast, man.
Yeah.
The West is a beast. So right now the Lakers are, playing for their lives right now. Absolutely. So every game right now counts. Every possession.
A playoff game. They are absolutely in the playoffs right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the Thunder is right behind us, so we got to worry. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We got to worry about them youngsters.
Yeah,
they right there, and they playing good ball.
Is Shea back? Is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander back?
No.
No, not yet.
Okay.
No, and they're missing what's his name? Williams.
Okay.
They're missing Williams too.
But Josh Giddey been out there doing the thing.
Yeah, because they winning right now against Golden State.
Yeah.
They're winning right now.
He's been doing the thing. Can I talk about the Suns real quick? Because
let's go. Mm-hmm.
Because
cupcake.
It's just crazy. Like Kevin Durant is so good. Like Kevin Durant to me is the most. How can I say the most?
Soft.
No, not in a negative way. He can fit in on any team.
We see that.
Fit in on any
absolutely.
Team and give you.
Absolutely.
But he can give you those same numbers. He'll give you 27, 6, and 4.
He's a factor. Yep, that's right.
He blends in perfectly with any squad, even a squad that has another superstar. Like even when he's with Golden State, he still gave you 26, 27. Sometimes he give you 30, but he still give you those average. When he went to Brooklyn, his numbers always stayed the same. And now that he's with Phoenix, it's like he's a plug and play player. He fits right in, and they look extremely good with him. And and with him on the team, it spotlights how fake Booker is as a superstar, how much he's a fake superstar. Because when KD was resting against that game with Dallas, they had a huge lead. Book let them come back in the game to the point where they had to put KD back in. That game shouldn't have been that close because when Book was on the floor by himself, he couldn't get a shot.
Right.
And he's a liability on defense.
Matador. That's the word I was thinking of.
Yeah, he's a liability on defense. And what most people don't realize when they talk about Kevin Durant is his defense. Because he is a rim protector. You're not dunking on KD. He's going to get a couple blocks. He plays solid defense, and people don't talk about that. And that's what's going to, get them to the promised land. I don't know if they have enough to win. They do have enough to win, but I'm not sure.
You don't see them doing it.
Not this season. And I believe the Achilles heel is going to be Ayton. They don't give Ayton no
forgotten dude
at all.
He's the forgotten. And you know what?
In that situation, DeAndre Ayton, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Ayton, he's used to scoring his points.
Now he's used to getting. That's right. Go ahead, Wayne.
Rebounds and pass the ball. No,
right.
I'm a pro player just like this other brother.
Yeah.
Don't look over me for him.
Yo, they don't give him no looks at all. When they played against Dallas, every offensive set, they pass the ball on the perimeter the whole entire time. Mm-hmm. They don't give this man no looks. Anytime he get a look, it's either a putback or he got an offensive rebound.
You got to work for yours.
He got to look for it. He got to work for
it. Put the body in park.
They don't come.
You gonna earn this paycheck.
Rest in peace, Biz Marquis. Salute.
Listen,
word up.
Yeah, they give him no looks at all. There's no offensive set for this guy. And it's because I feel like they lost faith in him, and which is why they made the move to bring in Kevin Durant, because they need that third scorer, because
they couldn't trust DeAndre Ayton. That's right.
Yeah, because now Chris Paul is old. He don't look to score. He looks to pass.
He walks the ball up the court.
And absolutely, Win. Absolutely, Yada. But he can't do that without the ball in his hand. And where's the ball going?
Oh, the
35.
ball
35.
going 35 all day
35.
in Devon. It's 35 in Book all day.
Yeah, so that kind of leaves, Chris Paul, I guess, as the veteran guy on the team. You know what I mean? So I guess so he serves his purpose. But we in the building, man, doing what we do on Tuesday nights, having a blast, having a ball. You got Yada Bear over there. All right. You got Win Walker down there. You know what I mean? We in the house, making it do what it do. We talking money. And when you talk money, tag, you're it. And today is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Daniel Jones. I don't know what the Giants was thinking about. They gave this man $160 million and tagged Saquon Barkley for 10.
Listen, Danny got more than dimes now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Absolutely. I bet you he won't be tripping over that bag.
Oh no. They ain't gonna be in the strip club like this.
That's right. That's right. You know what I mean? But
Right.
yeah, there's another situation that's going on where the Baltimore Ravens, they, call themselves doing business. You know what I mean? And exclusive, non-exclusive tag on Lamar Jackson, which basically kind of like expedites his
Departure
from Baltimore, which I think is a shame.
Yeah.
But again, what's your thoughts on that, Yada, and where are you at in regards to Lamar Jackson? In this entrepreneur world that we're in now, the vibe is that Daniel Jones is better than Lamar Jackson. Why? Because he gets more money than him. Because that's where everybody stands. If you get all the money, then you're the man.
I mean,
I don't understand it. So what do you stand on this Lamar Jackson thing, and where do you think he might end up?
It's hard to say because a lot of teams who was talking about bringing him in has now dropped out. The Falcons dropped out, the Commanders dropped out, the Panthers dropped out. And I can't put all the blame on the Ravens. I gotta put a lot of it on Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have no agent. You are going into contract negotiations during the season, during last off season, during the season, and now this off season with no agent. So now you're your own agent, lawyer, and you are the client, all in one. Somebody's fumbling the bag somewhere. So the Ravens, stick the non-exclusive franchise tag on them, which gives them about 35.6 or 0.7 mil for the year, but also opens up the door for him to
accept other offers. The other offers. That's right.
He can accept other offers, and that gives the Ravens a chance to match the offer, or he can accept it from another team, which will also give the Ravens. They have to get at least 2 first-round picks from that team for the trade to go through.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I had a meme up maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. Lamar Jackson looks so suave and debonair in that Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey number 8.
I knew you.
It's because it's hard to try to figure out how my GM Jason Lick is going to keep my team together while trying to get under the cap to afford this dude.
Well, you gotta let everybody go.
But it makes sense.
No,
Tom Brady's out of here.
Yeah,
we're not trying to rebuild after we went to the playoffs 3 times in a row. Ain't got a Super Bowl. I don't care what Bruce Arians says about Kyle Trask. Right?
Oh no, you can't go. No.
If Bruce Arians keep talking about Kyle Trask like that, I'm gonna have to give Ja Wilkes Booth a call. I think that if Lamar Jackson, likes warm weather, you know what I mean, he could go down to Tampa. we'll still have our top weapons. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and he'll be at home. He's from Florida.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I
mean, it sounds nice, but when we got to look at Lamar, okay? Lamar hasn't had a great season since his MVP season. I mean, we got to be real about his play on the field. For the past 3 seasons, he has not been available in crunch time.
Right, that's right.
The best ability is
availability.
And his availability,
marketability, right?
Has
that's right.
not been on par with the Ravens. We need you during the playoffs. We are making a playoff push, but my star quarterback is injured, and this one, the way he plays, he still haven't grasped the concept of sliding.
Right.
He takes big hits. He takes hits and risks when he don't even have to. He plays very reckless. And that's one of the reasons why I can see Baltimore being hesitant of giving him that 45-50 million a year, that 200 and some odd, that $230 million guarantee.
Right. He's gonna want 231 from the door. Absolutely.
So when people are looking like, well, why are they hesitant? Because he's an all-star, a Pro Bowl, MVP. Yeah, he was an MVP 3 years ago, but what have you done for me lately? And what you've done is been hurt. He did a disservice to himself this season by stepping foot on the field without a contract. And if he had an agent, he probably wouldn't play at all
in the first place.
And look what happened. You got hurt once again. You missed like the last 6 games of the season in the playoff game.
And the playoffs. That's right.
In the playoffs. Once again, the playoffs. Where you make your money. I give you this money not for the season, because I know with the team we have, we're going to make the playoffs. You getting that $230+ million guarantee for the playoffs, not for the regular season.
Right, not for October and Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't care about October and September, November. I care about January, February. That's when I want to play.
That's right. Absolutely. And speaking of Thanksgiving, the NFL announced today that they will have a game on Black Friday. We don't know who's going to be there. We don't know where it's going to be.
Is the tickets going to be 60% off?
It's going to be right. It's going to be on. It's going to be on that Friday at 3:00. So you heard it here. Yeah, absolutely. Derek Carr is signed with the New Orleans Saints. The ball, everybody's waiting for that ball to drop. Now that ball has dropped. Now the other proverbial ball with Aaron Rodgers. Like, I don't even like talking about this dude. Like, with Aaron Rodgers, is he going to do what he needs to do? The quarterback market is about to be crazy. I know the Haslams are ready to jump out the proverbial window or call John Wilkes Booth to do the Lord's work, because they gave Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed,
cash in his hand.
Up front. So that's where the bar starts. So again, you got Lamar Jackson, right? Then you got those guys. You got a guy like Joe Burrow looking, right? You got Patrick Mahomes.
You got my guy looking.
You got Jalen Hurts. Absolutely. So again, all these guys are looking. It's like a standoff.
Yeah.
And that proverbial line in the sand is $230 million.
That's the line, because when you look at these other quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray.
Let's go.
Like, are you serious? So you're telling me, me being Lamar Jackson, you coming at me saying, well, we want to give you 175 guarantee, and then put some incentives in there that would make up the 230. But the thing is, again, this is why he needed an agent, because you need to see the verbiage in their contract. Because what's the incentive based off of? If we win the Super Bowl, if we get to the playoffs, if I throw for 4,000 yards, if I throw for 18 plus touchdowns, run for 10 plus touchdowns, 400 rushing yards of my own. Like, what are those incentives? And that's why he needs an agent. It sounds amazing. Yeah, I can do this on my own. I want to represent myself. But you don't do this. You play football. That's what you do. That's what you focus on. So now you back yourself in this corner where you are in limbo, because
you gave the team all the leverage.
You gave the team all the power because you played on that field and you got hurt.
Absolutely. And again, it to me, it just shows you what they really think of you. Yeah. By non-exclusive tagging you, they say, okay, this is where we are with you, Lamar Jackson. But if somebody else decides that they like you a little bit more than what we've given you, hey,
they told Lamar, you don't like this number? That's cool. Go see what everybody else is talking.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to see for yourself, so that you're not looking at us sideways, because we're saying the same thing that they're saying. But who knows what's going to happen, because you never know what happened on draft day. There may be a trade somewhere. Nobody knows.
That's another thing. I mean, the draft is coming. Again, these projected trades and things of that nature. We can look at. We're not GMs, but we are invested enough in this stuff in our particular squads. We can say, well, our needs are this, our needs are that. We're working with the cap. The hit is going to be crazy. But however you look at it, if you got Lamar Jackson on your team, you got a better chance of winning than you did yesterday.
But another thing that I point out about having Lamar Jackson on your team is that you need other stuff on your team. You need a top 5 receiver. You need a top 5 running back.
You need an offensive line.
You need a top 5 offensive line. You need a top 5 defense. See, everybody look at all the things that Lamar does on the field, but you got to look at what he's surrounded by. You need a lot with Lamar to be successful. And that's another reason why I believe the Ravens are pulling back on that number, because, hey,
they got to have some. That's right.
So you can throw the ball to. Yeah. I need to have people on this line to be able to block for you.
They already wasted it. It seemed like they wasted the draft pick on the Bateman kid from Minnesota.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So so you're absolutely right. That's right. That's right.
It's so much that he needs. So if he does go somewhere else, he's going to have to go to a team that's already established, that they can just plug him in.
Come on down to the Steelers. We'll take you. Come on down.
Listen, if Lamar Jackson went to the Steelers, you never hear the end of it. This guy, Slate, Kia, all the Steeler fans would be piling into this show. We would have the whole screen lit up with all my peoples talking about let's go, waving their towels. And look at this guy. You know what I mean? All day. Look at this. So again, Lamar Jackson, if you out there, big homie,
get an agent.
Come on home. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? Come on home. That's it.
That's your pitch.
That's it.
You ain't even got to leave your division, Lamar. Come on over here.
Oh man. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Listen, Lamar, Mr. Jackson.
Wait a minute, guys. Let me hear your sales pitch. I want to hear your Lamar Jackson sales pitch.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jackson.
Okay.
I want to hear
here's my Lamar Jackson sales pitch. Hello, Mr. Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Like the weather, the familiarity, the team, the uniforms. We're going back to the creamsicle joints. Lamar Jackson would be hyped in that orange joint right there. Lamar, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, plug you in an offensive line. You got to do some things, work some kinks out. You know what I mean? Rashad Davis, he looks like he's going to be a beast. We got rid of Leonard Fournette. Our defense, we need to work some things. And I know, as soon as I'm sitting here, that Todd Bowles would appreciate you. And Bruce Arians would probably want to get back on the field if he had a chance to coach Lamar Jackson. So, Mr. Jackson, we never meant to make you cry. Baltimore should apologize 1,000 times. It's on you, Playboy. That's my sales pitch.
Okay. Here is my pitch to Mr. Jackson. Mr. Jackson, we are sorry what the Ravens did to you.
Look at this.
What better way to get them back than to join us, the rival team? And let's push it in their face. And we have a player's coach. Let me introduce you to Mr. Tomlin. He's going to let you play the way you want to play.
Wasn't he a DJ in a movie or something?
We need you, Mr. Jackson. You can live right here, 2300 Jackson Street. Yeah. Come on down. We have.
You know how much they're gonna charge him to shovel the snow out his yard when you can come down to Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? You know how much they're gonna charge him to shovel his yard?
You don't want to be down there in all that sunshine.
Oh, man, you don't want to be in Pittsburgh, man. You don't want that. Because you got to compete. You got to compete with Joe Burrow. You got to compete with Deshaun Watson. You don't want that in your life, man. Come on down, man. You're better than Derek Carr. You're better than whatever they're gonna put in Carolina. You're better than that. Come on down to Tampa, man.
We're gonna give you mustard and ketchup for life. Your whole family.
Mustard and ketchup for life.
Come on down. Yeah.
Man, look, mustard and ketchup for life. So this the condiment man over here. Okay. All right. That's what it is. But yeah, Lamar Jackson, man, he got some decisions to make. I hope that, again, he sees what it is. But like you said, Yada, if he had some, representation, then he wouldn't be going through this right now. But he's betting on himself. If betting on yourself was a person, it'd be Lamar Jackson. Yeah. So again, that's what that is. Guess what's back after 4 years, y'all? It goes down a little bit tonight. You guessed it. The World Baseball Classic.
Here we go.
Absolutely. The World Baseball Classic, man.
Yes.
It's going down.
I got my money
and
on
again,
the Dominican Republic.
Tonight. Yeah, Cuba against the Netherlands tonight.
Yes.
I looked at the United States roster. Then I looked at the Dominican roster. Woo, Lord.
I got my money on the Dominican Republic.
Woo, Lord. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know. But again, I'm caught up in the excitement of it, the pageantry of it, and I'm excited to see how the fans react because they really go hard body karate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the players, they're playing for their country.
Yeah.
So, those Dominican dudes, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, the Japanese, it's going to be crazy.
Listen, Ohtani already hit 2 home runs.
Yeah, I saw he hit one from his knees. I saw that.
Yes, he went down and he scooped that thing up. And
Ohtani is a beast, man.
Here.
Ohtani is the truth. But again, we got Adam Wainwright. We got Adam Wainwright pitching the first game against Great Britain on Friday. And Adam Wainwright is like almost 40,000 years old.
Adam Wainwright, like 50.
Adam Wainwright. That's the best we could do for the World Baseball Classic, United States.
For game 1. That's the best.
For the first game against Great Britain on Friday.
Hey,
we got Adam Wainwright
in the second inning. Bring the reliever in.
So what? So what? Nolan Ryan wasn't available.
trolling Ryan.
Ron Guidry had a prior engagement. What's
Man,
going
it
on?
wasn't for catfish,
Randy
man.
Johnson.
Randy
We need
Johnson
catfish.
taking pictures. What's happening?
We
You
need
know what I mean?
catfish in there, man. Send
You know what I'm
catfish
saying?
there.
So
Kurt
again,
Schilling. You can get
yeah,
Kurt
Kurt
Schilling.
Schilling. You
Kurt
know,
Schilling.
he got his own.
We
He
need
got
a
his
little
own
blood on the
issues. I don't
sock.
know. I don't
Hey,
know.
we
He
need a
got
little
his own
blood on
issues.
the sock. You know who we need.
Yeah, but again, the World Baseball Classic it starts. It's going down tonight. Cuba against the Netherlands. I'm watching it. You know what I mean? Again,
Yeah.
just to kind of and listen, are they going to use the pitch clock and stuff in the World Baseball Classic?
I don't think so. I didn't hear anything about it. I think that just happened in MLB. I don't think they using it in the World Baseball Classic. And I think it's gonna be regular. It's gonna be regular size bases. It's not gonna be no pizza boxes.
Right.
You know, we're not gonna have no pitch clock, which kind of gonna throw off the players when they come back. That's gonna be something to look out for because
What
when
about
it's
the shift
over,
rule?
I'm not sure.
The shift rule? You know they got a shift rule too.
Yeah,
Man, it's crazy.
That's gonna be something to look out for when they come back because even like I always thought it was kind of interesting with like the Olympics with basketball, but at least they get some time to readjust to playing in NBA style. But these players not going to have time to really adjust because once the classic is over, we're like
they go right back. Yeah, they got to get ready to set the regular season off.
Yeah, so it's going to be a adjustment, especially with the pitch clock, the largest bags, because you say they play a couple of spring training games, but they're not really playing that many because they got to get ready for the classic. Like JT played in I think one spring training game, and now he's gone.
Right. That's right.
He's gone. So that's I didn't even think about that until now. That how they're going to readjust themselves to the new rules when playing in the classic. But I can't wait to see it. I think the USA don't. I think we don't play till next week.
We play Friday. Against Great Britain.
We play. Wait a minute.
This Friday against the UK.
Play Friday against Great Britain. Great Britain on Friday. Adam Wainwright Friday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Friday.
Oh yeah.
So
how many relievers we got? How many relievers we got? We're gonna use every reliever.
I hope Tim Anderson is on his best behavior.
Right. Man. No more Instagram.
I hope he's on his best behavior.
Wow,
no more Instagram models for that guy.
Right. That's right. We're in the building, man. If you rock with us, man, like we hope you do. The numbers say it on the Down to In Sports Talk page on YouTube.
Yes.
549 subscribers at last count. We appreciate every single one of y'all.
Yes, we do.
You know what I mean? We don't deal with a lot of analytics over here, but we got an all-star lineup over here who know exactly what they're talking about, and we can get it in on whatever topics you want to get it in on. So, Yada, here we go now. We're about to switch up the game right now. Let's talk about the South Carolina Gamecocks. Let's talk about the NCAA tournament and these conference tournaments that are going on right now.
Well, I got to give a big shout out to Coach Dawn Stelly. She definitely represent North Philly to the finest. Always have her ladies prepared. They killed that SEC tournament. What was it? 37 straight wins. 37 straight weeks as number one.
Absolutely.
They're going into the tournament as the top seed, as they should. It's exciting because Aaliyah Boston and all them ladies, they came in as
Zaya Cook. She's a beast. Cook.
Yeah, they all came in as freshmen, So to be able to start their journey together and now coming to the conclusion of this being their last year together, hopefully going out on top, winning another NCAA women's title, which will be Dawn's third, because she already broke the record, being the only Black person, men or women, head coach to win 2 national titles. Okay,
yeah.
No other Black person has accomplished that.
Shout out to C. Vivian Stringer, Rutgers. Salute.
Yeah. Well,
Man.
well.
I mean, you know, I get it. You're right. I just want to shout her out.
Shout out C. Vivian Singer for not only Rutgers, but to also have coached Cheney State University,
yes,
who was the only, I'm going to say it again, the only HBCU team to ever go to the NCAA championship. And they was ranked number 2 in the nation, the only HBCU. All the HBCUs out there, they always want to point out everybody else. Cheney, right here in Pennsylvania, Cheney State, which now they are called Cheney University. The Lady Wolves was the only team in like 1981, ranked number 2. They lost to, of course, Louisiana Tech, because Louisiana Tech back then was the cream of the crop of women's college basketball. But she one of those ladies, and she also was dealing with medical issues with her own child, who was, I think she had like spina bifida, and she didn't coach majority of the season because she was dealing with her own stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, so we definitely got to shout that out, and people don't know about the history. So that's, big. Like, when we talk about women's college coaches, you always want to talk about the Pat Summits, the Genos, the Tina Malarkey.
That's right.
We don't really speak about C. Vivian Stringer, who's been doing this for decades. And she started out with Cheney, and then she went to Rutgers and made them into a national spotlight
powerhouse. That's right.
Powerhouse there. So I always want to give my lady C. Vivian Stringer the ultimate flowers, the ultimate respect. Always, but I can't wait for the tournament, man.
Yeah, this tournament is going to be absolutely, how they say, it's going to be lit on both sides. The men, I think it's more mystery on the men's side than it is on the women's side. You know what I mean? Because you could pick like maybe 3 or 4 or 5 teams max on the women's side that could win it all realistically. Yeah. But on the men's side,
it's a toss-up.
Like maybe 10 teams.
It's a toss-up.
Yeah, anybody can win it.
It's a toss-up. It's crazy because we got Selection Sunday this Sunday?
Selection Sunday coming up this Sunday. Selection Sunday.
So we still have like the ACC tournament going on right now. We still got a couple tournaments.
Yeah, still gonna be some tournaments going on Sunday too. So again,
to get those automatic bids.
Yeah, so we, if you're playing those tournaments, and you don't know who to pick anybody.
Yeah, because it's not going to be the regular guy.
It's not
going to be your regular smuggler teams. It's not going to be like the North Carolinas,
right?
The Dukes, the Kansas,
the Dukes, right? The teams that you're used to it. Nope.
Yeah,
just pick anybody. Yeah,
it could be
this year's tournament will make a person who has no clue make them look like the smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, because you don't know who.
You don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, we have seen it all season with how many teams was number 1.
That's right.
Every other week, it's like every week we had a new number 1. It was like, Alabama, Houston, Purdue. Like, who's number 1 team in the country? We don't know. All of those guys are. Everybody is. So, yeah, this tournament is definitely going to be a straight toss-up. And then you can't forget about the other guys, your Florida Gulf Coast teams and stuff like that just come out of nowhere and shock somebody again.
Right. I was watching some stuff last night, some conference tournaments last night, and I'm like, wow, man, these teams are looking like they got shooters, they play defense, and it's like every team. So, whatever the number 1 seeds are going to be, those 4 top seeds, I think it's a Purdue, a Houston, Alabama. You know what I mean? Those top 4 seeds, 3-4 seeds, somebody gonna get knocked off.
Yeah, somebody gonna get knocked off. Somebody gonna get knocked off early.
So you could put put your brackets up on the wall and throw a dart, and wherever it lands, you be justified.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Well, nobody look at you sideways for picking, North Texas State or Cal State Fullerton.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So you never know.
So yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. We in the building. We got the 3-minute rant coming up before we get ready to get up out of here. You already know we went overtime. This all love. This is what we do. All right. Anybody, feel like they want to, have a topic to talk about, get at us. We on Twitter. We on Facebook. The Down in Sports Talk group on Facebook. All right. I'm on Twitter. Y'all the Bears on Twitter. You can get at my man Win Walker. He's in the building. And that's just what we do, y'all. We appreciate every single one of y'all, man. You know what I mean? Tune in for a minute, tune in for 5 minutes, rock out with us for the whole thing, man. And we appreciate you. We're about to get into this thing we call the 3-minute rant, right? And tonight I'm gonna need Win Walker and I'm gonna need Yada Bear to hold me down for this 3-minute rant right here. The 3-minute rant starts right now. All right. De La Soul, Trugoy the Dove. It was a celebration held in his honor and in the honor of the fact that De La Soul's music was finally going to streaming. Very, very dope event. Very, very dope event, man. And to me, I just wanted to kind of talk about how the love was shown, how all these years people kind of and I'm a De La Soul dude. You can't tell me nothing about De La Soul. You could have Jay-Z, you could have Nas, you could have all of them. I will put the mortgage on Pasta Noose against any of them. And for me, the love was shown. Hip hop came out to celebrate De La Soul. Shout out to Dave Chappelle. Shout out to Queen Latifah, Moni Love. You know what I mean? Just Blaze going crazy. Primo going crazy. It was all type of hip hop in the building. And that just showed the younger people were in the audience. They was like, didn't really know what was going on. You know what I mean? Sound like they was, it's their first exposure to some real fun hip hop. Nobody was killing nobody. Nobody was stabbing nobody. Nobody was bringing no keys in and none of that. You know what I mean? It was just rhyming. Nobody even mentioned that word rap. They was rhyming because that's what we do. You know what I mean? And again, I hope that y'all got those, that De La Soul music, man. Get those streaming numbers up because they definitely deserve it. I've been talking about anybody that knows me, know how I give it up and know that I'm De La Soul all day. You know what I mean? But here's my thing. I'm going to say this, and this is how the industry does. The people who had the original pressings, vinyl, cassettes, CDs, whatever, hold those down. Because due to issues in trying to pay these people who suing De La Soul, the sample clearances and all that, those albums are going to sound a little bit different, especially 3 Feet High and Rising. Because so many samples were involved in that album right there. They couldn't really get to all the people who created those where they got the samples from. So it sounded a little bit different. That's the kind of like if I had to be a stickler for some, that's what I would stick out and say, well, it doesn't sound the same. Me, Myself, and I from the original version doesn't sound the same as this new pressing. And that's okay. That's okay. Because you know what? De La Soul is streaming. And that's a 3-minute rant. I want to thank Win Walker. You already know my guy. All right. I want to thank my co-D Yada Bear in the building. And I want to thank you for rocking with us. We do this every Tuesday night, 8 to 9-ish, right? And next week, we're going to get this tournament thing popping. Yada Bear, myself, Win Walker. We will have our picks, right? Do your homework. We're going to talk about the World Baseball Classic.
I'm writing my picks in pencil.
I'm gonna have a big eraser for mine.
Dry
Absolutely. Absolutely. And hopefully we'll see where Lamar Jackson lands. And I'll make sure y'all do what y'all do. World Baseball Classic tonight, Cuba and Netherlands.
Yes.
NBA basketball, the Knicks doing their numbers, the Lakers doing their numbers. We don't care what the Sixers do. You know what I mean?
We doing our numbers right now.
Yeah, it's like that.
We doing our
Yeah, it's
numbers
like
right
that.
now. We
Like
talking
that.
about light work out there. Light work
Word
out
up.
there,
It's
right?
like that.
Light
Word
work.
up. So, yo, we're about to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all. Catch us on Twitter at RMDesk. Catch me on Facebook. Catch the crew on Facebook, Down in Sports Talk. Questions, answers, all that good stuff. Don't go nowhere, y'all. We're about to get up out of here. We appreciate everybody, yo. Down in Sports Talk. We'll talk to y'all. Peace.
Peace.
So then, man, he says, we're going over to do the thing.